What's going on, guys? It's your boy Saying Matic here, back at it again for another video, and I'm gonna do something completely different and talk about something different other than anime, video games, and all that other stuff. But today I had the privilege to go to the movie theaters and watch one of the best action films I've ever seen in my life, one of the best martial arts films I've ever seen in my life. That is The Furious. This movie was incredible. We talking about the action scenes, the sequences, just the action scenes were everything. If you love action movies, if you love martial arts, this is the movie for you. If you love movies like The Raid, if you love movies like The Protector, that Thai movie that came out like in 2003 with Unbok. The movie was called Unbok. Actually, it was called The Protector here, I believe, in America. So if you love movies like that, man, you're gonna love this movie, The Furious. Bro, it blew my mind. The action sequences, the action, the martial arts that they use to like kind of like just go around and do all this crazy stunts and this and that and all this other stuff, and it was like I just couldn't believe what I was watching, you know. Before I keep talking about this video, just do me a favor and please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will highly appreciate it. But let's continue. So, The Furious, the story is a little simplified. It's like, you know, there's this group of assholes, there's this group of people who are, you know, they're kind of doing this human trafficking kind of thing. And what happens is basically in the beginning of the movie, I don't want to spoil it, but this reporter, she goes to their base or whatever. She goes to where they're doing the human trafficking, and she tries to save one of the child, right? And basically, while she's infiltrating the base, she sees like one of the kids getting abused and everything else. Like they're treating him, you know, they're doing all this stupid shit or whatever. And she's looking through the hole and everything, right? And then they catch her. So then she starts throwing hands. She starts going, like, you know, she starts going crazy, you know, and off the jump, guys, off the jump, you see action sequences. You just see the movie go crazy already. Off the jump, as you start watching the movie already, you see some crazy action scenes, you know. So that already caught my attention. That already caught my eyes because I'm like, yo, like this movie already is having some crazy ass action scene. I can just imagine what's coming up in the next hour or so. But that's what happens in the beginning of the movie. She's investigating where the human trafficking is going on. She infiltrates it, and then basically what happens is that, like I said, I don't want to spoil it. Basically what happens is that she goes in, she starts fighting, she tries to save the child or whatever, and unfortunately the child didn't get saved or whatever. So if you keep watching the movie, it gets even more crazier. So basically the main character, he has his daughter, and the main character, it was kind of like the connection he had with his daughter and everything else. It was just so, like, it felt so special, you know, and just him going above and beyond to save his daughter. Because what happens is that they kidnap his daughter, the human trafficking people, they kidnap his daughter because his daughter went out and about, and they were having like these little kind of arguments or whatever, like these little kind of things. And the daughter kind of felt like the father wasn't caring enough for him. The father wasn't caring enough for her, sorry. And basically, like, she's like, oh, fuck it, I'm just going to run away. And this little boy, he kind of like was like, hey, come with me. Like, come over here. They're doing something or whatever. Like, I'm in trouble. And then while she's walking, they just take like this bag and then just wrap it over her and then just throw it inside the car or whatever. They just throw it inside the truck. And then the main character, he's in the barbershop and wondering like, where's my daughter at? Like, where's my daughter? So he's running around and he's kind of getting word and stuff like that. And then he starts hearing screaming. And he's like, what? He's like, what's going on? So he starts going and going and going. And he starts looking around, and then he finds the truck. And when he finds the truck, he sees that people are driving it. So he like runs and runs and runs. He's like, ah. So yeah, as you can tell, I'm excited about the movie, talking about the movie. But he runs and he runs. And then he goes inside the car seat or whatever. He goes inside the driver's seat. and he starts fighting both of them, the driver's seat and the passenger person. He starts fighting both of them, boom, 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 throwing hands or whatever. And I believe in the back they also had like this heavy set duty man, and they also had this dude with an afro, which you see in the beginning of the movie as well. He plays an important role kind of in the movie, in the beginning of the movie actually. But man, dude, my head exploded just watching this movie because, like I said, I thought the Raid 2 was crazy when it came to the action scenes. But when I saw this movie, I was like, damn, they went above and beyond with the action scenes. They even did more than what the Raid 2 did. The Raid 2 was fire. Don't get me wrong. It was one of the greatest action films ever. It was one of the greatest martial arts action films I've seen up until The Furious, man. Up until The Furious was just so good. It was just so good, and I just hope that people can come out there and go watch this movie. They could go check it out, whatever. I had the laid back seats, that the reclining seats, and went all the way back. So I was watching this movie, drinking my soda, eating my popcorn. I was doing that in peace and watching this beautiful film, because we don't really get movies like this anymore. These kind of martial arts type films and all this other stuff. I mean, when we do get these martial arts films, but it's on a rare occasion. Like, we don't know it's coming out, or we don't see it unless it's advertised in the movie theater or whatever. But normally it's not there. Normally you just see like when it comes to action movies, what do you see? John Wick or something like that? Like, you don't really see like Hong Kong action movies like that anymore, unless we're just missing out because it's not advertised in America as much anymore. So I'm probably missing out on a lot of Hong Kong action movies nowadays, but The Furious is a 10 out of 10. It's a must watch. It reminds me so much of the Yakuza series, just for the simple fact of I feel like this movie has brotherhood, kind of like Kiryu and Nishiki. This movie has scenes where they fight, and like they fight. When I say they fight, I'm talking about like you talking about bikes. You're fighting with bikes. They fighting with a lot of items. They fighting with a lot of weapons. Yeah. And it kind of feels like Yakuza 2. It's just like, I don't know, like just the story itself. I wouldn't say that, Yakuza involves like human trafficking or anything like that, child trafficking. But Yakuza does have a deep story with like family and within the family and incorporating all this like kind of like crimes and stuff like that, so I feel like it was just one of those crazy movies. You'll see like some of the characters later in the film, like how crazy they get and how intense it gets. Like, that's the most that I could say though. But the action sequences were, like I said, it blew my mind. It really blew my mind of the action sequences. Like, it was just so amazing. It was just so beautiful. The choreograph was so great. The way he was handling the weapons and the way they was just fighting, the way he was doing his little stance and everything else, like the brotherhood companionship that he made with this other character, it was just so great. The way they just collided and all this other stuff, and how they started looking for the same thing, and eventually they worked together and all this other stuff. Like, dude, the other character, the side character, the cold main character, he was actually investigating the whole human trafficking thing because, you find out in the beginning of the movie that, I don't want to spoil it, but, you find out something in the beginning of the movie, so, yeah, that's exactly why the husband, which is the cold main character, he's the one who's investigating, and he goes above and beyond. Like, he starts going, like, really into the child trafficking kind of syndicate, and he starts talking to all of them and starts investigating and starts like recording them like with this little thing, and he takes all this evidence and he goes around and just like goes back to his truck. And yeah, it's like so much that I could talk about with this movie, because it's just the last 30 or 45 minutes of this movie was so intense. It was beautiful. And when I say beautiful, I'm talking about beautifully like choreographed. Like, the fight scenes were so immaculate. It was so good. So damn good. Like, that's the most that I can say. I'm telling you, you guys need to go to the movies. If you love action movies, if you love martial arts movies, you guys need to go watch this movie. You guys need to get your butts up, buy a ticket, and watch this movie. Like, you gotta. This movie made me want to do martial arts. This movie made me want to go to a dojo and start learning some martial arts or something like that. Start throwing hands. This movie made me want to do that because of how good it is. Like, I could tell you about how many scenes I've seen in this movie that I was just like, wow, that's crazy. There was a scene where this man is running, and he's running after the truck, and man, like he's running with sandals, right? He's running with sandals, and I'm gonna put this in Spanish terms. In my culture, we call it chancletas, right? So he's running with the chancletas, right? He's running, and then boom, 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 boom. He's like going crazy. And then eventually they fall off. He takes them out because he's like, I can't run fast enough to catch up with the truck, with my daughter in the truck. I can't catch up fast enough because of the simple fact that I got these chancletas on. So he's like, all right, I'm going to have to go at it. Like, I'm going to have to really get... Yo, you ever seen the Terminator 2 scene? You ever seen the Terminator 2 scene? Where he starts running, he starts... That's exactly what he was doing, but he was running even faster, which is crazy. The fact that he had this intense training of him running that fast and having that much cardio and everything else to catch up to the truck. Woo! And then he starts fighting all of them. He starts fighting. And this is another thing about this movie is the fact that, it's 2 men versus like 100 men versus like... It was crazy. This is what I'm saying. Like, the action sequences were crazy. So 2 men versus like a whole human trafficking, child trafficking syndicate. Like, they took that shit down themselves. That's the crazy part about it. Like, so 10 out of 10 movie. You guys must watch the movies. You guys must go to the movie theaters and watch this movie. I guarantee you guys will come out satisfied. You guys will come out be like, yo, this is one of the best movies I watched in my life. If you guys love action movies, you guys love martial arts movies, you guys definitely need to check this movie out. So, yeah, that's what I gotta say about The Furious 2026. This movie is amazing, and that's all I gotta say. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. Did you guys watch the movie in theaters? Did you guys go watch it? Let me know your comments above. Let me know if you anything about the movie. Please do not put any spoilers, though. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the movie, and I'm gonna leave it as that. Remember to subscribe to my channel and like this video, please. I will highly appreciate it. My name is Sam Madigan. I'll see you guys in the next video.